Hey everybody, welcome. We're going to do a little bit of live quilting here, and we're going to do a little quilting pep talk too. So I have been posting some videos over on Instagram, and I keep getting all these lovely comments like, oh, you make it look so easy. And first of all, thank you, y'all. That is so encouraging. Many of you may know that I was trained as a pre-professional ballerina, and one of the absolute paramount things when you are a dancer is that you have to do really hard things and make it look effortless. You know, things like wearing point shoes, because y'all, point shoes are no joke. So that's something that I really value. So thank you for that wonderful compliment. But the thing that has brought to my attention is that if I make free motion quilting look easy, then maybe a lot of people think that free motion quilting is supposed to be really hard. And y'all, free motion quilting does not have to be hard. It takes discipline. But it is something that can come very naturally and be something that's very joyful. So let me back up a little bit. I'm getting ahead of myself because in between the pre-professional ballerina and the free motion quilting can be really joyful, there's a big story there. So I started quilting about 2.5 years ago, which is not very long ago. Please take note of that. I would bet good money that if you are a quilter and you are watching this video right now, you've been quilting longer than I have. So I started quilting about 2.5 years ago. Hey Vicky, good to see ya. And I actually got into quilting. Well, I got into quilting to make a t-shirt quilt for my mom. But the whole idea of free motion, you know, I checked out books from the library by Angela Walters and, you know, was theoretically researching t-shirt quilts. Did not immediately realize that there's no way you would free motion a t-shirt quilt. So, spoiler alert, I figured that out pretty quick. But as I continued quilting, I very quickly came to this place of like, oh, I want to do like more than straight lines and more than a meander. I'm doing the domestic machine quilting scooch and shuffle here, guys, so bear with me. That's a very technical term, by the way, scooch and shuffle. So, you know, I decided I wanted to do more with my quilting, and did a little bit, was like, okay, this is fine, but like it still doesn't look like Angela's work. Well, then after QuiltCon, my friend Kristen came to me and Vicky and Jen, and I think Frances was invited too, but Frances has this very simple like elegance to her quilting style, and she was like, you guys have fun, I'll be a cheerleader, which is what she did. She's a great cheerleader. But Kristen was like, hey, Angela Walters and Krista Watson have this new book out. Let's blog our way through it and learn how to free motion quilt. And we were all like, yeah, that sounds amazing. So this spring, I didn't know how to free motion quilt. You know, I could do a basic meander, but y'all, it did not look very pretty, and my tension was all over the place. And don't even get me started on stitch length. I still struggle with stitch length, but that's okay, because as Angela says, close enough is good enough. And Angela doesn't use a stitch regulator, and if that's good enough for her, it's good enough for me, right? So we spent 10 weeks quilting, and guys, I couldn't believe my eyeballs week to week. I made a commitment at the beginning of the hop that I was going to quilt 4 to 5 times a week. So just like what I'm doing right now, I would have a quilt and I would work on it, and you know, I targeted, ooh, look, I've kind of got myself in a corner here, this is going to be fun. I would target 15 or 20 minutes a day, 4 to 5 times a week. So that, you know, that adds up to what, like an hour-ish, 2 hours over the course of the week. So not a whole lot of time, but at the same time, a whole lot of time. So what I mean by that is it was never a big commitment at any one moment, but it added up really fast. You know, 15-minute increments add up quick if you let them. This is what happens to our lives because of social media. You know, all those little 15-minute increments add up quick. So I took that same principle and decided to harness it for quilting. And I went from not knowing how to free motion quilt to knowing how to free motion quilt, and to do it, you know, pretty good job of it in a really short amount of time. And I'm not going to claim expertness here, but I'm an expert at practicing. And, you know, that's what is making this is all just a bunch of practice and a willingness to let it, you know, look a little funny at first while you work the kinks out. So I have two things for you. The first thing that I want to do is I'm going to give you 2 little secrets right now for free motion quilting. But then I'm also going to encourage you to jump over to stringandstory.com/newsletter. And when you enter your email address, I'm going to email you a PDF called 3 Easy Steps to Improve Your Free Motion Quilting. And it's going to be a little bit more technical than what we're going to talk about right now, and it's going to give you some more actionable steps. The first thing that you need if you are going to free motion quilt is you need a friend. And it could be one friend. It could be 3 friends, like I had, well, and 4 if you count Francis as our chief cheerleader. There are a lot of people who are willing to be your cheerleader, who are willing to be this friend. I am willing to be this friend. I'm going to go ahead and volunteer my friends for you. So Vicky, Kristen, Francis, they will be cheerleaders for you. Krista Watson is a phenomenal cheerleader, and if you haven't taken a few moments to connect with her on Instagram and on Facebook, you need to go find her, because she has like the spiritual gift of cheerleading, and it is amazing. And you know, she has not only helped my quilting with her cheerleading, she has helped my soul. My character has grown by watching Krista Watson be a cheerleader for other people. So holler, Krista. So you need a friend if you're going to learn to free motion quilt. You need someone who will tell you that looks phenomenal. And do you know what? It looks phenomenal because you did it. And it doesn't matter if your stitches are perfectly even. And it doesn't matter if it comes out as smoothly as you want the first time. The big deal right now is that you did it. And, you know, extra bonus points if you also have friends like my friends who can give you tips when you get stuck. Vicky sends me videos all the time. I'll be like, I'm trying to do this thing. And she's like, hang on, I'm going to make you a video and show you how I do that thing. And that is so helpful. So bonus points if you have a friend like that. But the biggest thing is to have a friend who is going to encourage you and say, I'm so proud of you for sitting down at your machine today. You have a goal to improve your free motion quilting, and you are taking steps towards it. And I am going to just cheer for you as you do that. The second thing you need to do is you need to sit down at your machine. You need to practice. And that is like the least popular answer ever. I know that because people tell me that all the time. I tell them, oh, if you want to get better at free motion quilting, you need to practice. And they're like, well, duh. I'm like, okay, I know it's well, duh. But guys, it's hard to practice something. Why do you think I don't actually play the piano? Because I didn't want to practice it. I had ample, generous opportunity to become a phenomenal piano player. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Sorry I didn't appreciate it. And I was not good at practicing. And the result is that I do not play the piano. I can literally play one dumb little song. And spoiler alert, that's not even a dumb... No, I can play two dumb little songs. I can play 2 dumb little songs. And spoiler alert, those were not songs I learned in piano lessons. They were songs that my friends who actually practiced for their piano lessons taught me. And I learned them because it was cool. Because my friend was like, hey, let's do this thing on the piano. So, which goes back to point number 1, you need a friend, because encouragement. The only 2 things I can still do on the piano are the things that my friends encourage me to do. So, you need a friend, and you need to practice. And the 3 easy steps to improve your free motion quilting is going to talk about practice some more. It's going to give you some tips to get started on your practice, and then it's going to point you towards an ebook I have that has more tips if you're still like, I just am not sure where to go. And it's going to take you through a very similar path to one that I followed with some of the kinks worked out, because there were some bumps in the road for me, to help you know how to make the most of just a few minutes each day at your machine so that you can see progress. And you will see it faster than you think. You'll probably not see it the first week, but you probably will see it the second week. So you've got to stick it out a little bit. But yeah, so you need a friend and you need to practice. And you can do this. I know that in quilting, we love to make free motion quilting out to be this mythical being that, you know, only a few select people can do. But y'all, if you can doodle, and I promise you can, this paisley design I'm doing right now, I promise you can draw this, because you can probably write your own name. And if you can write your own name, you can draw this right here. And if you can doodle it, you can quilt it. It's just a matter of having a friend and sitting down at your machine to practice. All right, my dears, I will catch you later. I'm gonna try to break out of this paisley rut that I'm finding myself in over here on this quilt and add something a little bit more interesting. But I need to like stop and think about it. So I'm gonna let y'all roll. Thank you, and good luck with your quilting practice. You will be quilting fabulously and with great confidence in no time. Hop over to my website and get that freebie, and give me an email and let me know how it works for you and how I can help and how I can be your cheerleader. All right, happy Thursday, y'all.